Okay, so can you clean a filthy dirty road bike in the time it takes to make a cup of tea? Well, let's find out. So, my faithful assistant will be controlling the tea making side of things while I get busy and clean the bike. A well-known brand of tea suggests a steep time of around 2 to 3 minutes for the bag in the cup, plus the time it takes the kettle to boil, adding milk, sugar, all those kind of things. I reckon I got about 5 to 6 minutes tops to get this road bike looking sparkly. So yeah, I'm going to take you through all the steps that I use personally. Hopefully you will see that it can be done really quickly and efficiently with just a few good techniques and using some simple tools and some specific brushes and so on. Okay, so best time to clean your bike is probably straight away when you get back in from a ride. It's probably the worst time when you want to be getting busy cleaning your bike. You want to go inside and get warm and have a cup of tea, but it's actually the best time to just get on with it while the dirt is still fresh. It will wash off so much quicker and easier. In terms of things we're going to use, I'll run you through, first of all, big bucket of hot soapy water. That's an essential. I always default to just using fairy liquid and hot water. It's great, really good for bike cleaning. Good quality sponge, that's important too. Don't use a cheap one because they just get disintegrated and fall apart. Microfiber cloth or something to wipe down with at the end. Degreaser, that's really important, and some form of bike cleaner. Again, I'm just using what I happen to have around at the moment. Water-soluble degreaser is really important because you need to be able to wash all this off at the end. And again, I'll talk you through that as we go. Bike cleaner, important distinction to know actually. Degreaser and bike cleaner are two separate things. They are not the same. This will not do a very good job of cleaning your chain. That will not do a very good job of cleaning your frame and other parts. So they have set jobs to do, and it's worth knowing and using the right product for the job. Degreaser for your chain and drivetrain, general sort of bike cleaner for everything else, rims, hubs, frame and so on. You'll need a chain cleaning device. Again, using this one, it's a weld type one, quite nice and simple. They're really easy to use and they take all of the labour out of cleaning a chain. I mean, for God's sake, don't try and use an old toothbrush and you'll be there forever trying to scrub all the dirt off your links. This will do it in seconds, as you'll see in a minute. And I like to use a selection of specific bike brushes when I'm cleaning a bike too. I've got 4 here that I sort of use. As you can see, they're well used. This one is like for a hub brush. You'll see again as I clean the bike for you, you'll see a really useful shape brush. It gets in and around the hub and the spokes and so on. A soft brush, this is a really soft bristle so it won't scratch your frame, and nice paintwork, but really good for getting the dirt off. Stiff, hard bristle brush for the cassette, the chain rings and the chain. That'll do a really good job of getting all that ingrained grime out. And then I've just got a softer brush here, which like a paintbrush almost, that I tend to use around like the sprockets and the chain set and so on. Okay, so that's my tools. Are we ready, tea maker? Okay, so without further ado then, let's crack on. Can I do this in the time it takes Kate to make me a cup of tea? On your marks, get set, let's go. Just going to start by putting the correct amount of fluid in the chain cleaner, and I'm going to pop that into position on the chain. As I said, these devices are absolutely superb labour-saving devices. They just take all of that hard work out of chain cleaning. It'd be good if I could actually locate it. Sorry, there we go, right, good. Once that's connected to the chain, you see all the brushes inside. Let's work to this camera now. See all those brushes inside turning, scrubbing all sides of the chain for you while you just back pedal and letting the chain go through the degreasing fluid. You'll notice also at this stage that I'm degreasing the chain first and foremost, okay? So I haven't got the hose pipe out yet or started putting any soapy water anywhere. I want this degreaser to have the best possible chance of working its magic on all that grime before we start diluting it with hot soapy water, okay? Normally go for a count of about 30 to 40 pedal revolutions, depending on how dirty the chain is. I did some before footage of this, which I can drop into this video as well, so you can see what state this bike was in before we started cleaning. Okay, so that's pretty good on the chain. I can see that's now got a really good coating and that's starting to work. Don't throw away the degreaser that's left in here. This is where your brushes come in. So I like to use what's left, just put a bit on the cassette and start working that in with the stiff brush onto all your sprockets, Jockey Wheels, Just make sure that's got a good coating, and also around the chain set, chain rings. Again, this is why you need a good stiff brush, because otherwise you'll just disintegrate your brush in no time. Just keep that working around. So you haven't wasted any of that degreaser. Give it a good scrub over all those teeth. Just work it in there nice and firm. It's great. Okay, and then again, jockey wheels, they build up a lot of grime actually, so do pay attention to them. Give them a good scrub while you've got all that degreaser on them. Stiff bristle brush with the long bristles gets in there really good. All around your chain set, inside the ring as well. If you want to, you can shift up at this point, just so you can get right into that inner ring. Shift back down. Okay, so I've got my drivetrain really sort of good and scrubbed at this stage. I'm still not going to focus on washing that off just yet. What I want to do now is just get some of this, the general bike cleaner going. So I'm going to start spraying that around the rims, work systematically, hubs, disc brakes, the mechs, chain set, just give everything good dusting. You can take that elastic band off now, I don't need that. Good dusting on the disc brake calipers particularly, and then yeah, light coating around the frame. Don't need to use tons of the stuff, but yeah, about like that. So let that start to work in, and then we can get to our hot soapy water and the rest of the brushes. So start at the top of the bike, it's a good idea. Working our way down, all that water will just follow you down. Saddle, seat post. And if you're short on time when you're cleaning a road bike, don't forget that really the sort of bar tape and the frame tubes and the tyres and things are probably the least important things to worry about. You know, the stuff that costs you the money is the drivetrain. If you're riding around on a filthy, horrible drivetrain, it's just going to be wearing away all your sprockets and components twice as fast as it otherwise would. So yeah, if you're really short on time, just focus on the stuff that's moving all the time, the disc brakes, the drivetrain. How are we doing on that tee? Excellent. Oh, I think we're on target. Doing good. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just using a sponge, working my way around systematically. Tyres. Okay, and now I'm going to start using some of my specific brushes. So one I said earlier that I really liked is this brush for the hubs. It just makes life so easy, just getting into those hub flanges and around the spokes, into the center of the hub shell. Otherwise you're in there and you're like catching your fingers and cutting yourself. This brush takes all that effort out of it. Do the front hub as well. Okay, a big soft brush. Get that on the bigger areas like the frame tubes and also around the rims and tyres. Because it's soft, it won't do anything any harm, even on your super expensive carbon wheels. The spokes are once over. How are we looking? My tea nearly ready. I'm not far off here. Getting close to a rinse off, I think. Just get in there. Again, just work that around that rim. Make sure we haven't missed anywhere. Right. Now, I'm going to start to use the soapy water just to sort of rinse that chain. Again, I still haven't got the hose pipe out yet. You know, I'm just using the power of the soapy water mainly at this stage. Just one last little splosh around the disc brakes. You also notice I haven't taken the wheels out of the bike. I don't think that's necessary, not every time at least. Maybe every third or fourth bike clean I might take the wheels out and go just, you know, a little bit deeper into the clean. But tea's ready. Oh, so I'm not quite there, but I'm guessing the tea's probably too hot to drink right away, so we'll give it another few seconds to cool down. Right. Okay, so now you can see hey, even on the sponge, you can see there's not much dirt coming off that chain now. The degreaser has done a great job. Because it's water soluble, got rid of all of that. It's just washed off the dirt. And now, at this point, is when I would come in with the hose pipe. So, I'm just gonna grab that. Okay, and just literally rinsing off. Notice I'm not using a high power hose, no jet washes, literally just a soft hose to rinse, because the bike cleaning products you've used should have done a lot of the legwork, just like cleaning your bathroom really. You know, you don't have to do all the scrubbing, Flash does that for you, right? So we just let the bike cleaner do its job, and we just rinse away all that grime. And there we have pretty much got a very clean road bike. I admit, just a little bit longer than it took to make a cup of tea, but as I said, the tea was probably too hot to drink immediately anyway. So there we go. I hope you found that useful. Obviously, the final steps to this would be to get rid of all that water. So, you know, bounce your bike on the ground a bit, pedal that drivetrain back, just to fling out some of that water, give your chain a thorough dry, and then I'm going to cover the places and areas that you need to focus on for relubing your drivetrain after cleaning in another video, so watch out for that. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give us a like and don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.